my earliest recollections of my childhood were very pleasant ones. I remember walking to Laupahoehoe School, which was several miles away from our home in Papaaloa, Hawaii. And I remember, of course, starting when I was in the when I was 5 years old, started in the first grade. And I gathered a lot of friends during my school days, those early school days. And when I was about 5 or 6, my friends and I were playing in the creek just alongside of the home, our Papaaloa home. The creek flowed underneath the highway that, of course, bordered the plantation store where my dad used to do all of his shopping. My dad used to be, of course, a plantation luna or boss, manager of a section of the plantation, and I thought that he had a lot of money. He, you know, because when I observed him, when I went with him to the store, he never had to pay any money. He just went there and bought whatever he wanted to buy, whether it was groceries or other goods for the house. He would just walk off, and all they'd give him was a slip of paper. They'd be giving him a slip of paper. He didn't give them anything. And I thought, boy, my dad was a big shot. He didn't have to pay any money. And so as I was playing with my kids, kid friends there in the creek alongside of the road and alongside of our home place, I wanted to treat them after we had had a lot of fun playing. So I decided to take them to the plantation store, and we could go and get anything we wanted to eat. And my dad, he was a big shot, so he wouldn't have to pay anything for this. I could get all of this food free. And so I went and I treated my friends, and I did that day after day while we were not. But the boss of the store never said anything to me either, just gave me a little slip of paper, and that's all there was to it. So I didn't know anything about the slip of paper. I just stuck it in my pocket and probably threw it away. But then at the end of the month, I guess it was the end of the month, as I look back on it now, didn't know it then, but this one day while my dad took me and took me with him to the store, and he had along with him a whole sheaf of little slips, just like I had had, like they had given me, but it was a whole bunch of them, a real thick pile of sheets. And he took me with him to the store, never said a word about it. And then I saw him giving the clerk, the store manager, money. Now, he didn't choose to pay this by check or anything. I didn't know anything about checks anyway, but he was just passing out these dollar bills, you know. And he passed out one after another, you know. And I looked and my eyes grew big, and I thought, well, my dad having to pay for all of these slips of paper, these are the slips of paper that I have. But he kept paying it and paying it until he got it all paid for, and the man said it was just fine. And so we left the store and went home, and my dad never said a word about it. But I thought, you know, I thought my dad was a big shot, that he didn't have to pay any money. But now I discovered that he did have to pay money. And he paid all that money for all those little slips that I had gotten because of all of the things that I had treated my friends to. Well, I never took my friends to the store to treat them anymore. And I just went ahead and had my fun without taking them to the store and giving them any treats. But that taught me a very important lesson. As I look back, I realized that my dad was that way. He was very, very kind. but he never neglected doing what he needed to do to teach me what he thought I needed to learn about life.